She was an Italian woman, once hailed as one of the most beautiful in the world. A beauty so captivating that an entire Italian city was razed to the ground in a desperate attempt to find her and bring her to Istanbul. There, she was intended to dethrone Hürrem Sultan, the formidable wife of the Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent. This is the story of Julia Gonzaga, the woman who killed her maid for witnessing her in her nightgown. This tale has ignited countless debates, with some vehemently asserting its veracity, while others dismiss it as mere fiction. In a period marked by the Ottoman Empire's zenith, Ibrahim Pasha, the Grand Vizier and a close confidant of Sultan Suleiman, found himself in despair. Hürrem Sultan had ensnared the Sultan's heart, and all of Ibrahim's attempts to displace her had failed miserably. In a desperate gamble, he decided to wield a new weapon: beauty. And who better to serve as this weapon than Julia Gonzaga, the Italian countess renowned for her enchanting beauty that was the talk of the town. Ibrahim commanded his admiral, the fearsome Kaya al-Din Barbarossa, to bring Julia to Istanbul at any cost. Barbarossa embarked on a perilous journey to Fondi, the Italian town where Julia resided. Before we delve into the events that unfolded when Barbarossa reached Fondi, let's learn a little more about Julia. Born in Gazzuolo near Mantua in 1512, Julia was the daughter of Ludovico Gonzaga, Lord of Sabbionetta and Bozzolo, and Countess Francesca Visconti. In 1526, at the tender age of 14, she married Count Vespasiano Colonna, Count of Fondi and Duke of Trieto. Upon her husband's death in 1528, she inherited the county of Rodigo. Julia was required to remain unmarried if she wished to retain control of the county. While she adhered to this condition, she was secretly involved with Cardinal Ippolito de' Medici of Florence. Julia transformed her court into a cultural hub, attracting the attention of many contemporaries due to her intellectual pursuits and, of course, her striking beauty. It was this very beauty that would ultimately upend her life and devastate her city. On the fateful night of August 8, 1534, Barbarossa and his men arrived in Fondi. This marked the beginning of Julia's downfall and the complete destruction of her city. Upon learning of Barbarossa's arrival, Julia, well aware of his reputation for abducting beautiful women to present as gifts to the Sultan, fled with her maid. When the maid witnessed her in her nightgown, Julia, fearing exposure, tragically killed her. Upon realizing that Julia had escaped, Barbarossa, enraged at his failure, ordered the complete destruction of Fondi. He didn't stop there. He also massacred the inhabitants of nearby Spalonga. However, his advance was halted at Itri, a town near Fondi. Julia managed to hide in a convent in Naples for an extended period, though she did not take holy orders but rather lived there as a laywoman, retaining her inheritance as Countess of Rodigo. In 1541, Julia relinquished her fiefdom to her nephew Vespasiano Gonzaga. Despite his relentless search, Barbarossa was never able to find Julia. This marked one of the few occasions when the formidable admiral had failed in his mission. Perhaps it was simply Hürrem Sultan's good fortune. Had Barbarossa succeeded in capturing Julia, the course of history might have been altered, and Hürrem's reign could have been jeopardized. Undoubtedly, Julia's beauty could have been a powerful weapon in Ibrahim Pasha's hands. However, beauty alone was insufficient to topple a formidable sovereign like Hürrem. The intricate web of relationships within the harem, coupled with Hürrem's strong personality and political alliances, were all influential factors. Beauty, in and of itself, cannot make one ruler of the world, as Hürrem Sultan had proven. Julia Gonzaga's beauty became a curse, not only for her, but for her entire city. Her beauty made her a target for countless rulers and princes who sought to possess her. Instead of living a life of peace and prosperity, Her city was subjected to constant fear and turmoil. Julia's extraordinary beauty made her a pawn in the dangerous game of politics. Countless individuals sought to exploit her allure for their personal gain. Ibrahim Pasha, for example, saw her as a valuable asset to be manipulated in his quest for power. Her beauty not only had a profound impact on her own life, but also on the fate of her entire town. As word of her stunning appearance spread, her hometown became a target for invaders and conquerors, each drawn by the promise of possessing such beauty. As a result, instead of enjoying peace and prosperity, her town was perpetually haunted by fear and instability. Until we meet again in a new story, in a new world.